So Pete's making a flywheel for the new 7-liter V8. Started with some raw material a few minutes ago.
Now putting all the way around.
Much faster to make one than to buy one, huh?
Well, it's full custom.
Yeah.
And we'd have to spend a day making, if we bought one, picking everything, we got to put a wheel on it.
Yeah.
And then, well, it would be cheaper to buy one. Then I wouldn't have anything to do, right?
Then Pete wouldn't have anything to do, yeah. So how much material, now that's your line for the ring gear, right?
What?
So how much?
Oh, I don't know what the... I let Kevin
This is what it looks like now. Oh yeah.
do it.
Oh yeah, you still got some material.
Need 12 inches.
Oh yeah, so you got about a good 3/8 of an inch. There's a spot right there. It still needs to...
Oh yeah.
You're gonna take quite a bit of that out. Let's go see what Kevin's doing. So Pete's making his custom flywheel. All right. Kevin's putting the magic sealant on it.
My seal isn't really quite right, so I gotta put a little juice on this one.
So this is the new 5-liter V12, everyone. We'll give you guys a look before it gets sealed up. It's gonna get sealed up here in a few minutes. So it's all nice and pretty inside. Kevin did pull it down to inspect it. He did have one bearing fail, and there was one rod that was compromised. So as you can see the heat. So the bearing started to spin. Screwed up, no good. Definitely not, probably not certified to go 11.5, right?
I don't think it's certified. I think to do anything.
So
might be a good anchor or wait for a fishing bob.
So Carrillo rods really hooked us up. They were able to condition the rods and get them to Pete and Kevin in time. So they're really rushing the clock here, putting this 5-liter V12 back together. It's got to go back together, got to make it run. Then we got to take it over to the JBA, to the speed shop, to the dyno. And we're going to run a 150 shot, you said, or 100 shot?
What's that?
Oh, then 150?
It's basically, we're doing it in increments of 4 cylinders. 50 horsepower for every 4 cylinders. So it's, it'd be 100 shot on V8 because it's a V12. It's
okay.
150.
So 150 shot of nitrous. So that will all need to be dialed in before the next race here out at El Mirage. Now they technically went fast enough to get the fuel record, but it's too close, right? So you're gonna bury it.
I think there's more there because we have a bearing that was causing problems.
Yeah. So they went 219 miles an hour a few weeks ago out at El Mirage, but did manage to spin a bearing in the process. But
it didn't spin a bearing.
Oh,
it never spun.
Spun, but it hammered the bearing, or
yeah.
So another day in the office for Kevin. Yeah, I think we have Steve Venice here. Steve, if I recall, you're the guy from Australia, right? I believe. Trying to remember who you were. We got some watchers watching you live here, Pete.
From Australia?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Morning time. Saturday, right?
Yeah. They're having their, it's probably Sunday or something. I can't keep track of.
Breakfast right now.
Yeah, it's probably Sunday or something. Yeah, they just skip a day. Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
What part?
I'm not sure where Steve's at. What part? Steve, I don't know if you can hear us. What part of Australia are you from? He said it's Saturday at 7:30 a.m. So it's 4:30 here.
Yeah.
He's West Australia, he said.
That's Melbourne.
Yeah, so Pete ate a healthy lunch today. Some tortilla chips and some cheese in a can. Yeah. There's his crank. He's proud of that. He wants to take this home and display it on the coffee table.
Now what we're gonna put in the block and see where the cranks is. We have to make this, we don't have any room. This block is so wide, 2 and 3 inches wider than a regular Chevrolet block. So there's no way to get a starter. You know, the flywheel's about here. There's no way to get a starter in there.
Okay.
We're gonna convert that bell housing. This is a starter off a Merc Cruiser, reverse rotation. It's gonna go right like that.
No, I see how you cut the bell housing to make it fit.
Yeah, we're gonna weld it up.
All right.
So we have to know where the crank is in relationship to the flywheel.
Pete doesn't slow down. Then it looks like we got
I'd like to run this year.
Scott Holton from Minnesota. It's already beer 30 out there. I think he got somebody from the Netherlands, maybe. I can't tell. I don't. Or is it? No, we got home. I don't know. I can't see that little flag. I don't know if that's a Swiss flag or Netherlands. Then you got Paul Weber from Western Michigan. All right. Let's go see what Kevin's doing. He's got a hammer out. That's a special V12
Hammer?
oil pan installation tool. This is a very complex shallow pan or sump that Kevin has made. You'll be able to see in the video, I was doing some filming earlier, all the different veins in it and how it's made. Pretty trick. All right, go back to Pete. These guys never slow down. It's the end of the day. Struggling keeping up with these two. How's it going, Mike? Mike's watching from Eastern Pennsylvania. My parents are from Pennsylvania, Mike. They were born in Altoona. So I don't know if you guys remember, there was a video that was out a few months ago on the cylinder heads that they made for this new 7-liter. Yeah, that's what one portion of the cylinder head. I'll set it down here on the workbench. But basically what they did is, I'm sure you guys have seen this, but you get another lesson in it. So they basically made 8 of these components.
Two. We
Or
made
two
4,
set-
but they're twins.
They're twins, yeah. So they milled them out for water cooling and so on, and then they basically, it's kind of almost like those modular engines that Ford made at one point, right? So kind of modular, or no?
We made double this, 2 cylinders,
Yeah, at a time, and then weld them together.
weld them together, and then we welded ends on them. We wanted to get water down in this area, and you couldn't do that. By doing a whole head.
And these have been on the flow bench already, and they flow very well.
There's a lid that goes on here. And that cam box over there.
Yeah. I'll show them the cam box.
It's a lot like a Honda.
Like a Honda. Did you guys hear Pete say Honda? All these domestic iron people that love their Mopars and their Fords and their Chevys, and Pete said Honda.
Well, before that, there's twin cam,
Yep.
and there's a cover that goes on this, and then this sits on the cover.
Yep. And actuates the valves.
Yeah, and there'll be another, so this will sit kind of like that, and then the other one sits here like that.
Yeah. So it's
And the
4
belt-
cam.
The belt goes around the cam, around the crank. Right? Yeah, they sit a little like that.
Yep.
There's just enough room that the pulley's clear.
So you have a watcher, Carl Alton from Thailand is watching you.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that's the Carl. I thought there was, maybe I'm thinking of someone else, either Thailand or Malaysia. Carl, are you the gentleman we met out at the races maybe last year? I don't remember. But that's pretty cool, Thailand. Oh, then we got Bob from Holland. I think I've talked to Bob before. My brother lives down the street from you in Grand Haven.
Oh, Holland, Michigan.
Yeah. Just a mock-up, huh? I don't know. Yeah. While Pete's throwing in the bearings, I'll show you his 34 Ford here. It's kind of a unique vehicle. We never did a video on this one yet, but I was working on it today. Put some spark plugs in it for him. Got it running a little bit better. But you gotta open the hood with this little lever right here. You can see the hood opening up. Pete built this maybe 20 years ago. And it's a metal body 34 Ford, but he widened it. He cut it and widened it. So this here is a 6.2 liter GM bottom end. And then he took the Porsche 928 cylinder heads and adapted them to an LS2 or LS3 or whatever it is, the 6.2 liter. So this is a overhead cam LS with Porsche cylinder heads.
No, it's a big block.
Big block, but it's a 6.2, right? Or,
It's a big block.
Big-
427.
oh, 427. Okay, so I'm wrong. 427. And that's an aluminum block, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all aluminum block, aluminum heads. You did this about 20 years ago? Yeah. So this one's pretty trick. Runs really good too. I don't know if you can hear it if I fire it up. Let me see if it'll. Now this one doesn't have a camshaft position sensor, so you got to crank it 2 rotations until it picks up the missing tooth and fires. So these are running. Pretty cool little car. And for those who might recognize this gear shift, this is offered in a American sports car. It's actually a C5 Corvette transaxle and torque tube that he customized. So this is running a Corvette rear end, manual transmission. So this thing's pretty trick. It's pretty wicked. It's fast. It scares me when I drive it. Just another day in the park for Pete, though. All right. How's this coming along?
All together.
Little stray piece there, huh? Let's see. We got Lynn Lone Wolf said gorgeous. I don't know if she's saying you're gorgeous or the car, but she said gorgeous. So I don't know, Kevin.
Not me.
Not you? All right. Claudia said to say hi.
Claudia?
It's Klingensmith. Claudia Klingensmith.
Hi, Claudia.
Do you know any of these people?
No.
Maybe you went to high school with them or something. So the stuff just never slows down. Approaching 5 o'clock and they're still going full throttle ahead. The crank is sitting in the block, huh?
I just did this to get this dimension
Yeah. The dimension, so you offset the flywheel, or how far
here.
back it can recess?
We need
Or?
to know where this goes, right?
Yeah.
We can't do the bell housing until we know where the flywheel goes, because this is gotta be in, right?
Yeah. So it's got to be indexed correctly or whatever.
It's probably gotta be way back here.
So it meshes with the ring gear.
Well, we got the flywheel and the ring gear, and then it's gonna have, well, it's like this.
Yep. Then you got to figure out how to get it in the race car.
We'll get the program and we can get this in. You don't think so? Oh, rail. Yeah, the frame. The frame in
In the car, yeah.
goes right where the headers come out.
So he's got to figure out how to get this in. Pete's
So we're gonna
sitting.
move that rail,
Uh huh.
so we either have to drop it or raise it and make another one. Okay, so take that one out.
Yeah.
And they make those neat little joints.
Oh, by the way, this little thing floating around in the middle of the shop is the Liberty Airshift transmission. This thing's pretty awesome. So these are the little pneumatic actuators. So it's a 5-speed, and then it uses a little compressed air bottle. Needs a lot of pressure. I think like it's up to about 1500 psi. And then it's just you let the clutch out in first gear, and then for the rest of the way you just pop the button on the wheel.
The frame is engine 5/8 tubing.
Uh-huh.
So then we make this little gadget,
Oh,
and where the,
where you can uncouple the frame, whatever.
well, this to the one part of the car and this to the tubing, and then we'll cut the original one out,
Yeah.
and then we'll mount this to the frame below it or above, below it for a new rail,
Okay.
and then we'll put the, and you put a bolt in here.
And that's certified? Like you can do
Yeah.
that for...
Well,
It doesn't matter, the only thing matters is driver's compartment.
Oh, okay.
it's actually a pretty neat little deal. We need 4 of these. Yeah, we're gonna need 4 of these,
Okay.
because we gotta put one on each end of the rail.
Trail gear built right. Huh. Looks like this is something from like the 90s left over or something, huh? So you had some people...
Because this goes right inside the engine 5/8 tubing,
Yeah.
and then we'll cut out the tubing where the headers go, and we'll weld this to the, to replace the,
Okay.
to replace the tube we're cutting out, just below it, so the headers can get out.
So somebody's asking, what is the stroke on the Wingberg crank? Is it a Wingberg crank?
Yeah,
What's-
3.2
3.2?
by 4.6.
Okay. 3.2 by 4.6.
625? 5/8, 4 and 5/8,
4 and 5/8. Okay.
makes 430 inches. So
And-
pro stock engine, basically.
And it's just like a blank though, right? Nothing's drilled? Is that how that
Flat
is?
board and the lifters aren't drilled,
But you're never going to run lifters. so-
everything else is drilled.
And you're thinking 1100 horsepower with that one, right?
Ooh, that's optimistic.
Oh, I
Maybe
thought that's what you said.
1,000?
1,000?
1,100?
Oh.
11 would be nice.
Yeah?
2.5 per inch should be great.
Yeah.
That's 430, that's 860 and 230. No, 215.
I'll have to show the folks my my new toolbox, see if they think I got a good deal on it. So some guy was selling this the other day, and it's made by Waterloo. He was asking $1,200, and then he opened the drawer and he said, "Yeah, it comes with all this too." And this is all snap-on. All these tools snap-on. And the things that aren't snap-on, they're either German or Swiss. Brand new fluke meter. It's never been used. The plastic's still on it. The aviation box has some really nice crimp tools. We use precision tweezers. Look how nice those are. Yeah, my wife's gonna want those. All right, nice setup though. $1,200. I got these tools dirty for the first time yesterday. 1/4 inch stuff, snap on. This is like the 90 tooth. It's real fine. Beautiful set of tools. Anyway, this is all snap on. And then this one's locked up, but it's got some more electrical tools in there. These barrel crimp tools are very precision. Nice stuff. Anyway, $1,200. I think I stole it. Anyway.
Jaime looked that up.
Jaime looked it up?
Almost $2,000. It's $1,999 for just the box.
Just the box. So $2,000 for the box. Yeah. Kevin's still working on the oil pan. So they got about 140 more nuts to tighten down.
It's a never-ending.
Yeah. Pete's sitting down for the first time of the day.
Feels good.
Yeah. He usually only sits twice a day, when he drives here and when he drives home. That's about it. So what do you think, Kevin? Monday, will you have the heads on it on Monday?
Yeah.
And so maybe back in the car Monday afternoon? No? I mean, going back in, dropping it in?
Still gotta check on the
Takes
cams.
a day to put a head on.
Gotta check the cams and everything.
So he's got to put the heads on, dial in the cams. Okay, well then Tuesday. It's got to go in on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're lucky. We're good.
Because I got to get out. I'm not going to be here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'll be in Dallas. So
What's in that? Oh, you're not gonna be here Friday?
I'll be here Friday. But I'll be coming back Friday. Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah. You guys are going up to the LA Roadster show, right?
Flying into San Diego?
Yeah, but not until Friday afternoon. So that's all right. So anyway,
Rotate.
so he's going to rotate it.
Rotate it?
Okay, we'll hang on here for another minute or so,
Right side up.
so you can see the top end of this thing, and then we'll sign out. We got Keith from Winnipeg, Canada. Got a bunch of people. Says somebody said it looks like Kevin washed his overalls.
Oh, these are the latest. These are newer than the rest.
All right. What we don't know is he has 7 pairs of blue overalls. He wears a different one every day.
Oh, yeah, all right. Monday, Thursday, a week. We're gonna try to do it without this.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you, Ken.
Oh, great, huh?
You caught the sticky there.
All right, here they go.
We gotta move
You
the.
gotta take- you gotta
Here,
take the
want me to get the box out? Lift up. All right. All right. Oh, the bucket. Go back. Oh, we pull the bucket out. There you go. You gotta lift again.
Can't get my fingers out. Or don't let, put all my fingers.
Nope, nope, nope. You watch your fingers. Can you lift from the snub? There you go.
I'll stick mine out.
All right. Sorry for the shaky work, everyone. There's 1 block. Okay, gotta go up pretty high, Pete. There's 2. Is that enough for the moment? Okay.
Yeah.
There it is. The little V12. It is. Kevin, want to lift it? All right.
Kevin,
Okay, go for it. All right, there you go. Okay. It does look pretty.
most of these people don't realize how much work there is here. But we made every single part almost.
Oh, yeah.
This end is welded to the boxes, we built welded to the bottom.
See the weld.
There's a Chevy sprocket in there, chain in here.
There's a chain in there, yeah.
Chevrolet chain and sprockets.
You bring it up to TDC.
Close. It's close enough to... Okay, now...
We
Oh,
even
so-
had to make the flywheel for it.
This is where the oil pump actually bolts to. So he has these little square O-rings that go here. And then the oil pump, which is right here, is what he's going to assemble next. That's like, what type of pump is that again, Pete?
Daily,
Daily?
7-stage,
7-stage oil pump.
and there's no hoses bolted right to the pan.
Yeah.
There's no square.
So somebody asked, what type of oil do you guys prefer to run? Well, we are
not-
sponsored by Maximum Oil. So that's what they use. I think, are you?
50?
Yeah, I think it's this stuff right here. So they're sponsored, so they get, I don't think they're fully sponsored, but I think they get like a discount. So they're using Maximum Racing Oil. And, well, that's the 1550 break-in. I think they give them a good, they give you guys a good deal on that, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Still expensive.
It's not free though, huh?
Half off.
So if somebody wants to sponsor free oil, right? Good oil, the Pete will be up for that. Or the beer, either or, sponsor the beer or the oil. Yeah.
One beer if we set a record.
Yeah, he drinks a beer if he sets a record. So here's those special round O-rings that become square here momentarily.
They're
Yeah.
not O-rings if they're...
Well, then they're square rings. Oh, you guys can see he had to relieve each of the tops of the pistons. You also had to relieve it right where the spark plug's at, right? In the center. So just polish these down.
Spark plugs. We can't get the Aurora spark plugs.
So these were originally Aurora pistons, but they ran out in Indy in the early 2000s, right?
Well,
Yeah, I think they're
late
12
90s, early 2000s. What's that?
A 12 millimeter?
Yeah,
Spark plug, 12.
which is really hard to come by, and there's motorcycles that run them basically.
Yeah, the spark plugs are difficult. I think we found some, weren't they, like $45 a plug or something like that?
Well, Jordan found this bunch. Few.
Not, yeah, but they have the same problem that ours is. The hex is, no, the hex is too big.
Oh. That's gotta be a 5/8 socket or they can't get them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I recut them. I had to recut the hex on them.
We got 219 people watching right now.
You know what he does, Ted? He cuts the spark
Plug.
from 11/16
Or-
to 5/8.
They're like 17 millimeters.
Whatever he mills it, he cuts the hex down.
6 sides down.
So you can put it in.
5/8 socket on it, so you can get it through the hole in the head.
And that's all because
You can't buy
you
it.
can't buy the spark plugs. So they're cutting down. Do you have a plug floating around, or is this one?
Well, everybody knows what it's like.
Yeah, no, one of yours that you've cut down, but you probably look.
They're here somewhere.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them
They're
floating around.
17 millimeters, so they're whatever they are, 3/4? No, they're 11/16.
It's like,
11/16.
yeah, it's like 16.
And he cuts them down, cuts 30 thousandths on the 6 sides.
Okay, well, somebody is asking. They want to see the spark plug, and then Dale Spencer said to say hi. So I don't know who all these folks are. And then I don't know. Let's see. Somebody else said to say hi too, but well, they're probably in your spark plug box right here, right?
Yeah, actually 7 millimeters.
Here. Here's one. Let's open this up.
Now this is 5/8. Okay,
I don't think we have any that have them.
Well, this says V12, but these are brand new, right?
Yeah. But they're cut.
These are cut, so I'm going to carefully open this. Sorry for the... Here, I'll let you open it because I can't hold my phone and do this at the same time.
See what he did is he milled off the sides,
Yeah.
so it's 5/8. Those were originally 17 millimeter.
Okay. And it's because of this is a... What is it, a 12 millimeter?
12 meter thread.
12 millimeter thread, which is odd, but it's also like 19 millimeters deep, right? I think.
Oh, this distance.
Yeah, which is hard. You can only find that with either a 17 or a 13/16 hex. So that's why he modified
And
the spark
When you
plugs.
put the socket on the 17 millimeter
Yeah, we'll get
spark
one
plug,
more.
you can't get it in the head.
Yeah.
The hole for the head is not big enough.
We'll
They
put
don't
this
make
back.
the Indy heads anymore. Or the Indy spark plugs.
Here, gotta get the little.
Box is probably right.
Yeah, here, I'll let you get, here's a little cushion for it, whatever, a little protective sleeve.
And these guys like to spark plugs like underwear every run.
Who does?
You guys,
Yeah.
$15 a piece, on 12 by 3 runs.
Well, they're not that expensive, it's just they're $15 a piece by the time you get the labor into the machine.
Yeah. I do pay Kevin a couple bucks.
Yeah?
My wife doesn't think it's enough.
There it is, oil pump sitting on there.
And that had to be in the exact right spot, because there's no adjustment on the belt.
Oh, yeah.
You can't adjust the pump. So it's got to be the exact distance from the crank to this. So when we made this, it had to be all figured, you know, all figured out. You can't buy any of this stuff.
Yeah. And like you said, with the rods, you have to custom order those.
Well, these
I showed him
rods
this one.
we got from,
No,
What?
these are, the ones for this motor are the custom ones. The ones for 6 liter are the stock or oil ones.
these we had to order because it's shorter stroke.
Yeah.
These are 5.5 inches long. The other rods we got from Tony.
Okay.
We got 16 pistons and 16 rods? No.
No,
For the 6 liter.
we got the pistons, these are the stock pistons,
Oh, these are J&E.
but the rods are, we had that made. The other one, we have the stock rods, the pistons are, we had that made.
They've got so many,
But we didn't know about it.
Everything is custom.
yeah.
You can't buy anything. Well, you can buy AMs.
AM fittings and maybe the ARP head bolts, that's about it,
He
right?
still has to make his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it. I'll make my own.
Yeah.
This is all, this is all homemade fabricated, silver soldered, and this is the
Yeah.
water into the engine. There's 2 of these, one on each side.
Yep.
And then this is the oil into the engine. It's really a labor of love.
So it looks like we got Michael from Australia. So Kyle's asking, what motor is this out of? Is it a V16? So it's not a V16, Michael. It's a custom-made V12. And this is, what is this? Your 4th V12? Including.
Not the one that burned up, yeah.
So they've done quite a bit of them. So
This is our 4th.
4th
Well, if you count the
V12.
burned up one.
Well, the first one burned up. We took the 6-cylinder Chevy head that they made for 4 liter
Yeah.
for the
Chevy Traverse or whatever. Yeah, that
Traverse or whatever.
inline 6 vehicle.
1.6, 4 liter, 4.2, 4 valve, twin cam. We were gonna cut the crank, the block right above the crank,
Yeah.
and use those 2 pieces in the heads and make 12.
All right.
And that's when the house burned down.
Well, I guess Steve has got to go to work. Thanks for watching from Australia there, Steve. Have a good day at work.
And then we built the 6 liter and the big 12, the 20 liter 12.
Yeah.
Go down first.
And then the 6 liter and then this one.
All right, guys. Well, it's been almost 35 minutes. Don't want to bore you guys. I know this is boring watching V12s go together, but we'll give you guys an update again next week. Hopefully this thing will be up and running, making some noise, and we'll do another video. We'll see if, I don't know if we could ever do, maybe we could do a live stream at the dyno at JBA. That would be cool. I don't know if they'd hear it though. The noise is so loud, but all right. Well, we're going to sign out. So we got another Neil. Neil saying, hi, Pete. Hi, Kevin. Hey, Greg from Sydney. Okay, somebody else saying it's never boring. But anyway, guys, it's been a half an hour, so we're gonna let you go. But thanks again, and we'll catch you guys soon. Thank you for watching.